Hello my friends, William Poloniak here at Whole Health Foundation. Many people have asked me if you can make wheatgrass juice on a Norwalk juicer. And the answer is a qualified yes, if you do it the correct way. One way to make wheatgrass juice is to mix it with other vegetables like kale and carrots and whatever to dilute it a little bit in your juices. But if you want pure wheatgrass juice, here is the correct way to do it. Now I have put my feed tube in the freezer for about 10 minutes to cool it down. Wheatgrass is very, very fibrous, and it will clog up your juicer and create heat that will destroy all the nutrients you're trying to get with wheatgrass. Now I have one cloth in my freezer exclusively for wheatgrass juice. So what I'm going to do, first of all, is get my cloth ready, and I'm going to line my cloth with a bamboo paper liner. I'm having these bamboo liners exclusively made to be the correct size, and you'll see why later that we use a bamboo liner. I'm going to collect my pulp in a wide-mouthed jar, and here we have a flat of wheatgrass, and I'm going to cut 1/4 of this flat and make some wheatgrass. So we'll start with about a 2-inch by a 2-inch plug of wheatgrass. And we'll feed it in very slowly. Now, I want to point one thing out. The correct way to make wheatgrass juice is to feed in ice cubes in between plugs of wheatgrass. I'm using the number 2 grid, and I've just fed some wheatgrass through. I'm going to put in 2 ice cubes. Let's get some more wheatgrass. More wheatgrass. Couple of ice cubes. Now you can see from the temperature that we're still at 15 degrees Celsius, which is well below 23.8, which is your critical point where nutrients are destroyed. Let's cut a little more wheatgrass here. Feed it in. Now many people have asked me, why are you putting ice cubes in your wheatgrass? Because it dilutes your wheatgrass. Well, so what? Wheatgrass is very, very potent anyway, and adding a little bit of water with your ice cubes makes it more palatable and easier to digest. So let's put one more plug of wheatgrass in. And as you can see, putting the feed tube in the freezer for 10 minutes and adding ice cubes is preserving all your nutrients. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull out the grid holder, place it on top, and you can see how fibrous that is. And what I want to do is get all of the fiber from inside the feed tube before we actually press it. All of this later. Now I'm going to pour this into the bamboo liner. And by the way, always hit on the side, never on the top. If you hit on the top, you're going to force your pulp up instead of out. So let's take a spatula, get as much of that pulp out of there as possible.
fold the bamboo liner over very loosely, then fold the cloth over the liner. Now, normally it's better to do 2 cloths full of pulp instead of 1 cloth, but I'm just going to do 1 cloth for now. I do want to point out that you should use an 1/8 cup container instead of a smaller container, because if you get distracted, it'll overshoot your container, and you don't want that to happen. You don't want to have a messy countertop. So we center that all the way back it off a little bit, turn it on. Okay, let's see how much wheatgrass we got from 1/4 of a pallet, but first let's see why you use bamboo liners. Look at that, easy cleanup, no mess. If you didn't have a bamboo liner, your greens would stick to the cloth and you would have a cleanup nightmare. Alright, let's see how much we got from 1/4 of a pallet. 1/4 of a flat, that is. And it looks like we got about 5 ounces, 4 to 5 ounces, 150 milliliters of wheatgrass. Now let's taste it. I think it's much more palatable than straight wheatgrass. It's got some water in it, of course, from the ice cubes. There you have it, my friends. I hope you like what you see. If you'd like to call me, my phone number is 760-753-0321. My email address is developtrust@cox.net. And if you'd like to buy some supplies or even a Norwalk juicer, go to my webpage, wholehealthbound.com. And I'll see you in the next video.